Let me guess you're average or good at modeling. You probably made a donut before, and you see these photos of forests or any environment and just think how. So I will be covering in this video how to make a forest photo. So when starting, you have to choose between two decisions. Are you going to model the trees, the plants, and all these things all by yourself? Or are you just going to use some models online? I am often struggling with this question because it's more unique when making all by yourself. But yeah, I don't know. So I will be just using online models in this video. You can choose yourself. So I will be using the models from this website. It's all together and all free. So I will put the link of this website in the description. When downloading it, you have to extract the file and afterwards click on the file and then click on the Blender file. So this is how your Blender setup should look like. Here you can choose which of them you want to use for your photo. I didn't really plan anything, I just started with a mossy ground. So to get the models on the model, you don't want to do it all by hands. Instead, just use geometry nodes. This is what you have to do. This is what your geometry node system looks like. Input and output. Then you want to press Ctrl+A to add something, then add distribute on faces. You can just search it in the bar right here, then drag it into the connection, then add instances on points. And at the end, you want to have a join geometry node. Drag the first one into the join geometry node. Then you want to plug the rotation into the rotation. Then add a rotate Euler, again with Ctrl+A. Then add a random value and set it to vector. Set all values to 0 except the last one. I chose a random number on here. I took 50, then add a noise texture, and drag the factor into the scale, then add a color ramp and drag it in between. Then, you want to choose what you want to use at the beginning. I mostly iter it with a grass ground or something similar. This is grass, by the way. But first you want to press the pin icon right here. Then you want to drag the object into the geometry node system and connect the geometry with the instance. Many items make a good ground, so you can just add more and more objects. If you want to add more onto it, copy these by pressing Ctrl+D and drag them over. You can then connect the first node with the input and the last with the join geometry one. You can vary the objects on it by making the density higher or adjusting the color ramp. So I did this for almost an hour straight and finished it like this. Then you want to add a background image, even though you won't see it on all renders when having fog in the scene, but sometimes you can still see it. For the fog, you want to make a cube and scale it above everything. Then go into the shading tab and delete the principled BSDF and add a principled volume and plug it into the volume. Then you want to use a really low number on the density and play with the anisotropy a bit. I also added a deer into my scene. Then I used an area modifier to duplicate the scene multiple times. And that's basically it. I was really struggling with the rendering because I had millions of polys, but at the end it was worth it. Thanks for watching. If you learned something in here, like and follow, because I am a little creator. I'm happy about every single subscribe or like. Tell me in the comments if you have questions.
Smiler.